Remember, what you call said he won't be there.
Grant. I mean, he never here, but
Grant.
he ain't never been on the show yet.
Grant.
Really?
What you call?
Who? F-Dot?
Nah.
Dev.
Not Dev. Manny.
Oh yeah. I'm already knowing. What's good, chat? Sorry for that little small talk exchange between me and Bama. We here with another episode of Open Field. Honestly, I feel like I gotta have a disclaimer. Obviously, I've said on the shows that if you want to pull up, you gotta have your webcam with a good microphone. There we go, Ben. I like it. There we go. So listen, I show meat generation. Y'all new boys different, Bama. These new boys is different, yo. These new boys is different.
Freaked out. Y'all too young to be that freaked out, man.
Yeah, these new boys is different. You feel me? This is that, this is the, I don't even want to, this is like that episode of the Boondocks with Riley and Gangstalicious. If you know, you know. Go watch that episode. You new boys is freaked out. But if you want to come on Open Field, you need a camera, good mic, because at the end of the day, we can't have what happened on the other show happen up here. So please have your stuff ready. Also, this is a good opportunity that if you got something you want to say, get your mind out, this is the time to do that. I got the rankings here, but I'm going to wait till some people come in first to show them because it's only a few people in the back. So here we go. I'm going to bring in Mike, my boy Hellfire. Hold on, let me make sure we got. Okay, here we go. I'm waiting for Ben to show his camera, then I got him. But fellas, what's good?
What's good?
What's good, y'all? What's good? Hey, look, Ben, you can set the tone to the show. That man, Ben, is a top member. He felt like he deserved special treatment for being a top member. So today,
that Mahomes shit was ticking me off, man.
Go ahead, Ben. Tell us about the Mahomes thing, man. What's wrong with the Mahomes situation, bro?
Look, man, y'all just premature with that, bro. I mean, it's plain and simple.
But Ben, let me ask you this question. Let's play devil's advocate. So your argument is longevity, right?
No.
So what's your argument then that we too premature?
This is my argument, bro.
And face the road.
One, you guys talk.
Face the road. We can hear you. Face the road.
No, I'm parking right now. I'm parking.
Okay, smooth.
Yeah, I got you.
Bad W.
Oh, here's my argument, bro. It's real simple, actually. One, you guys talk about he didn't have Hill, right? That's impressive. You know, he did it without Hill. He had Kelsey. Brady did that 6 times. Brady in 2016 down 28-3 threw for 466 yards without Gronk. Gronk didn't even play that game with 2 midget wide receivers. And by the way, you guys talk about how Brady a game manager, right? You talk about how he a game manager in his first 3 Super Bowls. Well, whoever says that in his second Super Bowl.
Me and Rob though, Brian. Just before you go off. Me and Rob don't say that now.
I never said Brian. I just want you to know I have the utmost respect for Brady. I want you to understand that. I've went to bat on this show for Brady, so I just want
everyone.
I've never said that. Keep going, Brian. My
word. Okay.
Keep going.
So in his second Super Bowl as a quote unquote game manager, he put up better numbers than all 4 of Mahomes' Super Bowl performances. He threw for 345, 3 TDs, and had a better yardage per attempt. Mahomes' best Super Bowl performance was his past one in terms of numbers, and he needed overtime to get him. 333 yards, 2 TDs, and an interception. And that's Brady's 4th best performance. His 4th best performance in a Super Bowl is better than all 4 of Mahomes. He threw for 328, 4 TDs against the Legion of Boom. He threw for 505 yards, albeit in a loss, against the Eagles, and he threw a 466 in a 28-3 comeback without his best weapon.
So the Super Bowl games are the only playoff games that
I ain't even got to the rest of it. I'm just starting off.
Right. Go ahead, bro.
So at the peak of the peak, right? Like in basketball, what do we talk about with Jordan? We talk about where did he perform his best? The finals, right? What did he do at the peak of the peak? The Super Bowl is the peak of the peak.
Yes.
And he's got 4 Super Bowl performances that blow his out of the water. Now I do air attacks. I do air attacks because he played half his career in an era.
Oh, Ben.
Hold on.
Brian.
Hold on. I'm gonna prove my point.
All right.
He played half of his.
Let him cook.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Hey, he played half his career in an era where you could hit the quarterback, where he didn't call PI the way they call PI now, where you can hold on receivers, you can nail people with the helmet, right? And to prove that point, at the age of 45 years old, with a walker, with grandkids damn near, he threw for 5,300 and something yards and 43 TDs like it was a walk in the park at 45 years old.
Impressive.
If he would have started his career where Mahomes started his career, he'd have like 150,000 pass yards, bro. Half of his career was in a much tougher defensive era, and even in that era, he had a better Super Bowl performance than any of Mahomes' Super Bowl performances. I mean, I could go on this all day, man. Like you guys are premature. Slow down. Let him play his career. I get it. You hyped. It's cool.
Right,
but come on, man.
I like Brian. I'm glad you're here. I should have brought you up. I should have brought you up to the press box. I like how you just came in here today. I like the way you came with that energy. I really respect
that. Was the best pro Brady argument I've heard.
That was a great promo. That's how you introduce yourself to the world. Yeah, that's how you introduce yourself to the world. But now we gotta talk to you. Now I gotta talk to you.
What's up?
Because this is my whole thing with what you're saying. I understand that Brady has had some phenomenal moments in his career, but he's also not defined by just those moments as well. Because then once you start doing that, and I feel like as this thing goes with Mahomes and Brady, you're gonna get to nitpicky arguments because you're gonna start nitpicking. Like Brian, how many people are gonna tax him for losing to Joe Flacco, losing to Mark Sanchez, Eli Manning, Nick Foles, Jake Plummer? Like, to me, I'm not going to tax him for that because I don't think that matters. I've seen way more than enough.
Well, you know why you don't tax him for the Eli Manning ones? You know why you don't? Because in both those games, he scored a go-ahead touchdown to win the game. It's not his fault that the defense is the one that gave up the touchdown on the other end, and by the time he gets the ball back, he's got no timeouts and 30 seconds to score. That's not on Brady. In this past Super Bowl, what happened? Mahomes was struggling for pretty much 3 quarters. What'd he do? He came up in the end. He did what he was supposed to do, right? Brady did what he was supposed to do versus the Giants. He gave him a go-ahead touchdown, and the defense let him down.
But Brian, doesn't that have to do with the clutch factor, though? Because he's shown
that is clutch. That's the definition.
He's 8-2 in the postseason.
You agree?
Games that he's trailed
you feel the same way about 09 too? I'm not 09, 07.
That's what I'm talking about. He scored a go-ahead touchdown against the Giants. The Giants get the ball back. They go on a 2-minute drive to take the lead. He gets the ball back with 30 seconds and no timeouts. That's not Brady's fault. He did what he was supposed to do in the clutch. He scored.
Brian, my point, my only thing to that is, look, I'm not saying that you're wrong on that take, but then the two, especially the first time when Brady and Mahomes went head to head, you shouldn't use that to denounce Mahomes then, because Mahomes put them in.
I didn't bring up head to head.
Same way. No, that's fine. I'm not saying you specifically. I'm just talking about the general perspective of like Brady fans who use that, because Stat uses that as his only argument. That's why I respect the fact that you didn't use the head to head and you actually made points that weren't that. Like the points that you said, I'm not going to sit here and say that you're tweaking on. I might disagree.
Yeah, well, I didn't even
whole heart, or not in whole heart. I might disagree with you a little bit, but like as I said, Brady is still my GOAT because of the longevity. But when we start denouncing Mahomes' first 7 years is where I had major problems the past couple weeks with it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you don't got to denounce him. He's just not number one. He's just not number one. And also,
explain to me why he ain't one and not denounce Mahomes, then we are good. Like,
and by the way,
here and be mad at you for that. Like, never.
By the way, in terms of talking clutch, right? In all 6 of his Super Bowls with New England, every Super Bowl he won on a game-winning drive from behind. Every single one.
Every single Super Bowl win by Patrick Mahomes, he's been trailing by 10 points. So
okay. So Brady done that 6 times. He did that in a 20. He did that down 25 points. Without Gronk, without even having Gronk and 2 midget wide receivers, bro. Like, come on.
Amendola were good, dude.
Bro, they're not all pro level receivers, bro. They're average receivers. They're average receivers.
Let's not forget. See, this is the thing, though.
It does matter.
No, it doesn't.
No, that doesn't matter.
Really doesn't.
Okay.
The thing that I like, the thing that I don't understand though is like you can't talk about people coming back. you can't talk about comebacks when Mahomes was down. Do you remember the Texans playoff game? We thought Deshaun Watson was on his way, and Mahomes came back and won. And so I could understand, like, when people talk about the Brady Mahomes thing, I could understand maybe the longevity part of it, because then I get it. Brady been doing this for a long ass time. So if that's your thing, like, I just want to see more of it. I will never be against that, because I watched him. Yeah. I'm 27. I just turned 27. I've literally watched Brady dominate my whole life. Like, obviously, I'm a Jets fan. Like, I grew up in it, so I've seen that part of it. But also, I've played football at the Division I level. I've played football at the Division I level. I know, like, the eye test. I've seen guys just look different from everybody else. For example, when I played in college, I knew that Cortland Sutton was going to the league. I never played against him yet, but when we played against SMU, my redshirt freshman year, and I'm looking at this 6'5" behemoth who looks like he can run against anybody. I know that's an NFL guy. That talent is different. Mahomes in a 6-year span, Brian, do you understand that you can't compare this 6 years of his career to any NFL player?
The greatest prime ever.
You got to take his 6 years as a starter and compare it to other Pantheon great athletes who have started their career. You got to look at the Lionel Messis of the world, the Tiger Woods. Even in some, this is a better start than Jordan's career. You understand? Like, this is what he's done has been so unprecedented that he's not just competing.
Brian, I got one question.
He's not even competing against his peers. He's competing against other greats and the GOAT in Brady, who's in your eyes the GOAT. I just feel like in 6 years, bro, the pace is outrageous for somebody to think he's the GOAT. I don't think it's too crazy. Go ahead, Ben.
That's great. That's great. And he does have the best start for the first 6 years, bro. But he still got ways to go. And he still don't have the performances that Brady's got. He's got, again, 4 better performances in the Super Bowl than any of Mahomes' performances in the Super Bowl. He blows his out of the water. He's got to let his career play out, bro.
Brian, he won a game. Brian, he won a game. He won a playoff. He won a Super Bowl 10-3. Because his defense. Okay,
if you want to say that he got better performances than that one, that's fine. But he still has 4. He's got the 505 passing yard shoot performances.
He wasn't anything.
You want to keep on? You want to keep on bringing up?
No, he's not.
Patrick Mahomes still doesn't have his Eli Manning, his Nick Foles, his Mark Sanchez. He doesn't have his Ryan Tannehill. He doesn't have that.
He didn't choke. He didn't choke against Burrow.
Hey, listen, hold on.
He wasn't up 21-3 against Burrow.
Let me finish.
But ain't Burrow? But Burrow is like an equivalent.
I was saying Burrow is like a top 3 quarterback in the league. What are we talking about,
bro? You up 21-3? They're choking.
So hold on. Quick question.
Wait. Didn't Tom Brady choke to Peyton Manning in 06?
This is my number one.
Wasn't he up 21-3?
This is my number one.
Same type of situation, right? Oh, okay.
So this is what I want to know. Hellfire. You can.
I'm just saying. You said that Mahomes hasn't done that. He has done that.
But Brian, check me out. Check me out right here. I get it. You want to go with the longevity.
You guys are breaking up. I can't.
Yeah. So I know you want to go with the longevity argument, though. But at the same time, this past ring, Mahomes just won right here. That got everybody looking at he might be the GOAT, bro. This is one of the greatest runs, arguably, by any quarterback. You talk about Brady with the midget receivers. His receiving core led the league in drops. No real number one. Travis Kelce was hot and cold all season. And then in the playoffs, bro, this is just what everybody else says. Bills, better team on paper. Even the dog, because the only reason I'm gonna start at the Bills because everybody just be on Tua his new to arm. But if you just look at that offensive team in general, they were supposed to pack the Chiefs up. I don't care. Tua just let everybody down. He might not be that guy. But at the end of the day, on paper, that Dolphins team was a potent offense, packed them up in Kansas City. But Lamar and Josh Allen both had Mahomes at their crib, arguably in a Mahomes down year. And he still did what he needed to do in those environments. Buffalo, freezing, nothing but snow, 2 feet of snow out there. Whole different terrain. Comes down to crunch time, he gets it pulled off to where he goes up against a historical defense. This is what Trent just said. But they was the best defense in the league this year in the Baltimore Ravens. Granted, he only scored 17 points, but my nigga, you're not just finna score on that team like that. But he pulled up clutch plays again to win them that ball game. So again, what run can you sit there and be like, oh, Brady got this same type of run in that situation and he was able to win a bowl? Because y'all only bring up that one Super Bowl, but again, his whole defense was still intact. He still had his core receivers, even though his core receivers wasn't that good. He still had them all year instead of the mix and match Patrick Mahomes had. And also his best receiver wasn't a rookie. Literally, the best receiver, and everybody up here can even say Rice was still shaky.
Yeah,
even though that was his best receiver, he was still looking like a number 2 all season. I was telling people,
and Bama.
To add to your point, I see this stat while I was scrolling on X or Twitter, whatever it is nowadays. But according to DVOA stats, like they rank like basically like it's a whole bunch of stats.
Yes, it was the hardest.
So like it's one of the hardest runs in
NFL
history.
Also a carry job.
In NFL history.
Yeah,
like three out of the top 6 ranked teams.
Has Brady ever been carried to a Super Bowl in your eyes?
Yeah.
Like Brady doesn't.
Has Brady ever been carried to a Super Bowl? Yes or no? Don't say not like this. Say yes or no. Say yes or no.
He won't say yes.
So you're disingenuous, bro. You're invalidating your whole argument. He went to a Super Bowl where his defense literally did it for him. He won a Super Bowl 10-3. So stop taxing somebody. He still scored 20. He still had to score 25 points. Somebody got carried and still had to score 25.
That defense played like total garbage.
Because J-Rob, they forget like the Chiefs weren't always a good defense.
This is most disingenuous. You don't have to big up Brady by discrediting.
No, I'm not bringing.
You are doing that.
Up anything.
If you're saying that he got carried by his defense, then Brady's defense never carried him. Did you not watch the Super Bowl against the Rams? Anybody watch the Rams?
Not a defensive carry.
10-3.
I watched that. J-Rob, I wasn't even alive, dog.
10-3.
Dog, I wasn't even out of the womb when I watched that game, J-Rob.
10-3.
I literally was in my mother's womb.
10-3.
Because
10-3.
The defense shut down some of the best offenses in the league.
So can I add something to what Bama said? But because I think also
there,
I think people when they look at weapons and receiving cores like the Chiefs one and like Lamar's was back in like 2019, it's like, yeah, I get that they have like a very like elite tight end, like they do, but you need an X. If you don't have an X that is at least able to put up decent production, it makes it so much harder on the offense. Even if you have a top 3, the best tight end in the league, wherever you have him, you need that X. So for people to just sit there and say, "Oh, well, he had Kelsey and he had a running game," well, that's still really hard to do. If you don't have an X, and your X leads the league in drops. Like, what are we talking about here? So it's always just kind of like if you're bringing up pointless. Like, yeah, I can hear you.
You good.
Man, this connection's so bad.
Yeah, you good.
Because just where offenses are headed now, and then you talking about the era, bro. The era is relatively different. This era is more predicated behind speed. How can we get guys in space, and exploit mismatches? Whereas if you look at that in this generation, dog, the extra seat. That's why they make such a big deal. That's why Ocho and what was big crazy dude that got the podcast nobody don't fuck with no more.
Brandon Marshall,
yeah.
They had that big argument for like a year straight. Who's the X? Because now where football is, even slowly towards in that era where Brady was, it was starting to gear towards that. If you do not have somebody on the outside who can stretch the defense, bro, it just won't work how you need to work. That's why I said that little 5-yard offense, that hurry up quick game. You could talk about them little short receivers or whatever the case may be, but they benefit Brady so well. They benefited Brady with
Julian Edelman is underappreciated.
due to their run out their catchability.
Super underappreciated. It's so is Amendola. People think Amendola was just this guy who had 400 yards and 30 catches a season and then got on the postseason. No, this dude was an 800-yard receiver perennially. And you can make an argument if he was in an offense that was featured him more, he could have been a 1,000-yard receiver in his prime. He was that good of a route runner, and he had that sure of hands. So when people bring up the argument of, oh, he had a bunch of unathletic white boys as a receiver, again, you lose me. You just lose. You just do.
I mean, but that was literally the narrative, though.
So you know I'm speaking. Quick, I just want to say this. Just so Hellfire know I'm speaking objectively. If y'all coming from the standpoint of how he's able to make sure those offenses are still potent and able to score points and win ball games, I will give you that right there because nobody can really do that like Brady, bro. But at the same time,
that's facts.
You can't sit there and be like, "Oh, Mahomes is not emulating the same thing," because
he's doing the same thing. But my whole thing is that he ain't like
he's doing it better.
The reason why I've been quiet is because my argument is not exciting at all, bro. Like I ain't got a bunch of stats.
Is it longevity,
bro? Just ain't.
It's longevity. It's only longevity, bro.
It's not that he ain't done it long enough. He just ain't won enough, bro. Like it was so many times in like growing up, bro. Like
bro, he has the third most rings. What are you talking about,
Brady? No, bro.
6 years starting, 6 years starting, 3 Super Bowl rings. That's a lot of winning. That's a lot of winning.
Yeah, but it's not 7 though. Like it's not 7. Like no matter how you like, I get it. Like, and I'm not trying to.
It's not 7.
I'm not saying that
because it's not 7. Was he the best player? Was he the best player in every single Super Bowl that he played in?
Bro, if you ask me, bro,
you don't have 7. You don't have 7 Super Bowl MVPs.
This last Super Bowl was Brady-esque. That was a Brady-esque win if I've ever seen one, bro. That was a Brady win if I've ever seen a Brady win, bro.
That's not true. That's not true.
You know what I heard you say?
Wait, say that again?
Nah, that's not a Brady.
That was a Brady win.
That was a Brady win.
Stat, you lying, bro.
Brady wins game, bro. He won like a Brady win Super Bowl, bro.
Wait.
Y'all gotta stop capping though.
Wait.
Y'all gotta stop capping.
Why am I lying?
Because
he played like trash. He played mid the whole game, and then at the end he turned it on to look like he's a player.
Hey, hold on. It wasn't a Brady-esque win because Brady's done better than that performance 4 times.
So he had more than like 20 yards rushing. So it can't be a Brady game. If you have more than 20 yards rushing, it can't be.
He's saying hold on. Let me help him out. He's saying it's a Brady-esque win in the terms of he was struggling for the first 3 quarters and he turned it on late. That's what he means.
Thing is too is like we can't say Mahomes was also their leading rusher. The run game was not good for the Chiefs at all.
Yeah, the run game was
I understand. This is what be killing me when y'all talk about Mahomes. Is like y'all are pushing goalposts that don't even make sense to push. Like this man, it's not like Bama. I don't understand. Hold on, can I speak? At the end of the day, Bama, I could understand if he came into the league, right? If he would have came into the league and let's say his playoff record was like he's 14-2. So let's say that's 16. Let's say he was 8-8 in the playoffs, 1 Super Bowl, something like that. If it looked like that, where it's more catered to really be talked about because he's not absolutely dominating everybody in the postseason, that would be one thing. But my boy is 14-2 in the postseason, 8-2 in games in the postseason where he is trailed in. And to sit here and act like the things that he has done is him not impacting the football game. Like that last drive in the Super Bowl. Did y'all really have a doubt he wasn't cashing that in when they settled for 3? You seen it. Nope. Time in, time out. The same way you feel the same way y'all look at Brady, the same way we looked at Brady. And when there's 2 minutes on the clock, 140, 150, and we know Brady's about to lead this thing to a guaranteed cash in. We feel that same way about Mahomes because he's done it time in, time out. There is the gap between Mahomes and the rest of the NFL at his position. It ain't close. He's the best guy in the NFL. He's chasing ghosts of people who are not playing football anymore. And so y'all only argument is not that he's more physically talented than Brady. Y'all clearly don't think that he has any ability-wise. There's a difference. Y'all think I would assume y'all think all the talent argument goes to Patrick Mahomes. So if we already know he's more talented than him, and all the accolades in the 6-year span justify not only the numbers but the talent. If somebody like bro, he's about to 3-peat. You understand if he 3-peats, that has never been done in football. A lot of the things he's done in football have never been done. In the 6 years of his starting career, they have never been done. And y'all are talking about things that like
you know what's also never been done?
I really want to know what the conversation would be like if Mahomes went into one of these Super Bowls and threw for $150. I would love to go with a Super Bowl and hear what we would say about Mahomes if he won a Super Bowl where his defense was up his zone, they did, and he won a game.
Hey, you know,
he won a game 10-3. I wonder what it would sound like if Mahomes lost to a
J-Rob, you know this was the first Super Bowl. This was the first Super Bowl where Mahomes threw for over 300 yards and he needed overtime to do it.
So does that mean he
and this is
played
the
bad,
first
Brian?
You know that, right?
He didn't play bad. And as I said,
You know that, right?
He could have had 300
Ryan,
against
Ryan.
And hold on, and not only that, this is why I bring up errors. This is why I bring up errors. It's easier to get that yardage now than it was back when Brady did his first 3 Super Bowls. That's just a fact.
Yo, let me ask you this question.
I hate when y'all do that. I hate when
say
y'all do
something.
that. Go ahead, Ooze. Go ahead, Ooze. And then go ahead, Trent.
Oh, I was gonna say.
I was waiting for you to say something about the relative to era stuff. So relative to Patrick Mahomes' era, relative to Tom Brady's era, has Tom Brady ever in his career, just once, ever in his career, had a 6 or 4, even a 4 to 6 year period where he was clearly the best quarterback or even the best football player in the NFL? It just give me the standpoint.
Hold on. One. Brady.
Every single
Brady undisputed Brady's first 7 years of his career. Was he the undisputed?
Hell no.
Hold on.
You're lying, bro. You're lying.
Hold on. Brady has never been considered the most talented.
When looking back,
Hold on. Brady has never been considered the most.
This era is oversimplified.
When Brady first got into
Hold on.
the NFL, at what point? Hold on. Let me ask this question. Since it's a yes, Hellfire, in the first 10 years of Brady's career, what year was he undisputedly the best quarterback in football?
It was 04, 05, 06, 07.
Wow.
He was injured in 08.
Wait, 04 and 05?
Hold on. Hey, hold on. Let me answer this question for everybody.
This is bullshit.
17, 18,
lying, bro.
Hey, let me answer this question for everybody real quick.
He started at 05, right?
I would love to answer this question.
Started at 05, right?
Saying 04.
04.
Hold on. I would love to answer this question because I don't care about that. He was never considered the most talented quarterback in the league. Aaron Rodgers was considered more talented. Peyton Manning was considered more talented. That's not what makes Brady the GOAT. Hold on. It is about talent because a lot of conversations we had about who was better was due to talent. People will say Aaron Rodgers is better because in the regular season, he looks like the more talented quarterback. He looks like he's the better thrower. We said that about Peyton Manning. I don't care about that because guess who was always the best when it came to winning time? Tom, Patrick, Edward, Brady. I don't care about no conversation. I don't care about no conversations about who's the best over the course of a season. That's irrelevant. That's irrelevant.
Okay,
Can I say something?
Go ahead, Trent.
Let me say something.
Wait, hold on.
Trent, Fred, go right after him. Fred. I got you. I'll make sure you get your. I'll make sure you get it off.
Bringing up the errors is a dumbass point because Brady in the Brady became Brady for real in the 2010s in the same era that Patrick Mahomes played.
You're making my argument for me, Trent. Hold on. Let me cook. I'm gonna show you how. Hold on. I'm gonna show you how. Hey, WZG, let me answer this. I'm gonna show you how. His production went up. His production went up as the era became softer. That proves my point. He's throwing for 5,300 yards at 45 when he's way out of his prime because what? The era became softer.
He was in the air race.
One mic.
Just because an era is evolving does not mean the football, the game is getting softer. Just because niggas not clothesline niggas anymore, don't mean the game is getting softer. It's not weaker. Y'all gotta stop.
No. Hold on. At the end of the day, as they say,
yes, it does, bro.
It's oversimplified. But hold on, Fred. Go ahead, Fred, because you ain't get to speak yet. Welcome to the show, too, my brother. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me on here. I was just trying to say, honestly, when it came to Brady saying all we cared about was like the postseason and that was it. When we compare Brady to Montana, you can't just only think about postseason because the reason why Montana was considered the GOAT was because he wasn't just dominant in the postseason, he was also dominant in the regular season. So if it wasn't for Brady getting those 2 MVPs, which was only 2 seasons he was ever considered at the time, he wouldn't have ever even been considered in the conversation with Montana. He needed to have those.
Okay, but you can't take out half of his career, bro. That doesn't even make sense.
Hold on, Ben. Wait, let him finish. Let him finish, Ben. Go ahead. Let him finish his point.
Go ahead, man.
I'm talking about before like Super Bowl like 51. I'm talking about before Super Bowl 51. The reason it was a fair argument when he got that, when it became an argument when he got that 4th ring against the Legion of Boom, it was because yes, he has the exact same 4 rings as Montana, but he had those 2 MVPs with him. If he did not have those 2 regular season MVPs with him, he wouldn't have even been in the conversation with Montana. Because yes, you were phenomenal in the postseason, but were you also phenomenal in the regular season? To where you were considered the MVP by not just your peers, but the voters too.
Montana had 2 MVPs.
Okay, hold on. Let me respond to that real quick. Who was Montana's receiver when he was in the NFL?
Jerry Rice. He had a better.
Okay, who in Mahomes' best seasons? Hold on, in Mahomes' best. I'm making a point here. In Mahomes' best season, who was his receiver?
Tyreek Hill.
Hold on. In his best season, who was his receiver?
Montana was the MVP caliber quarterback.
Hold on. Hey, just answer the question. Who was in his best season? Tyreek Hill. Okay. Tom Brady in his first 6 years. The second he got a top wide receiver, what did he do? He broke records. And it was the only year he had him, by the way. Outside of that, what elite level receiver did he have?
He had a Randy
Moss. Joe Montana was MVP caliber.
No, he got hurt his second year. He didn't play his second year. He got hurt.
He didn't have
Rob Gronkowski.
He tore his ACL his second year. He didn't even play. So my point is, you're talking about regular season numbers, right? All these other guys you're talking about had a all-time receiver or an elite receiver during those years. The second. He didn't have Gronk in his first 6 seasons. Did he have Gronk in his first 6 seasons?
Hold on. Okay. Bro had arguably, you talking about bro had arguably the greatest wide receiver to ever play the game.
Yeah, and he broke every record when he did. And he broke every record when he did. Like, come on, man.
He had arguably the greatest tight end of all time.
Y'all said he would get.
You understand that? We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that, man. I watched Mahomes. I watched Mahomes win a Super Bowl and an MVP with Juju Smith-Schuster as his.
I don't know why we want to do it.
No, hold on.
We want to tax the weapons.
Hold on, you're
weapons. Then, and this is why. And this is personally when y'all talk about relative to era, this is why I don't agree with 2 or 3 things that y'all talking about. First of all, I don't agree when Hellfire says that this era of football is oversimplified, because I also think if this era was oversimplified, at least from certain positions, we see better production out of players. If it was that,
it's not that it's oversimplified, J-Rob. It's not that it's oversimplified. It's more QB friendly. It's more QB friendly. It's not that it's oversimplified.
I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing that. He said the game is oversimplified, man. I'm not arguing what you're saying. I'm arguing what he said. He said the game is oversimplified. I think obviously,
that's not true.
I agree with the fact that it's not. I agree with the fact that it's not. Let me finish my point. I agree with the fact that this game might be a little bit more QB friendly, because I think the late hits and stuff like that, they do protect the quarterback more in this game than they did before. But they even protect the wide receivers more in this game. They protect a lot of players more in this level of game. But the skill level now in terms of the talent is higher in this era than it was back then. And then here's the other thing that I just cannot fathom when we talk about the relativeness to eras. The only thing to me, when y'all go from an X and O standpoint, the eras back in the day, let's say from the 2000s and back from then, those eras of football were run heavy offenses and run heavy overall teams. Run heavy stuff is not too complicated for a quarterback to understand. You got to understand your protections, your gaps, understand what the linebackers is doing, things of that nature. But in reality, the same things that was beating cover 2 and cover 3 is doing the same things now. You're running the same things to beat the same things. The same formations. You can run the same plays out of an array of formations. You can run the same style of plays through a bunch of different systems. Inside zone in the West Coast versus a shotgun. It don't matter. It's all the same. Conceptually, football is really all the same. So this whole idea that the game is oversimplified, I think it's the most laziest thing to say about this game, because nothing about football to me in today's game is way more passing. There's way more motion. The concepts offensively, there's way more tags to a play call than what it was back then. So I think there's way more moving parts in today's game than there was back then. And so to sit there and say it was oversimplified, if it was so simple, then guys
and also the defensive players are more athletic.
The defense is
No,
also
it's not that. It's not even that. It's not even that, y'all. The reason why y'all,
no, J-Rob, it's not reading defenses like they should be.
J-Rob,
disrespecting today's game for big up.
It's not disrespecting.
J-Rob,
you just a Brady fan, bro.
Hold on, 1 second, y'all. 1 second,
every
y'all.
great QB needs to have certain aspects of what you guys call
No,
game
all
management,
this-
situational
all I hear
awareness,
out of his
being able
when
to
he
drop
talks
back and
about
pass,
this,
being
all
able
this
to read
sounds like,
defenses
I like to see
the
a
way that they
quarterback
should be.
that goes
Every
under
single
center
kind of quarterback
into a
needs to be
three-step
able to
drop
have that. This is where the
or a
disconnect
five-step
is.
and it needs to be a
I've been saying this regardless of
But hold on.
It's not the end all.
I've been saying this regardless of play style. Yet nobody wants to connect that.
Hey, we gotta try to do one mic at a time.
Hold on. Can I address a couple of things? Couple of things y'all were ridiculous on. One, Hellfire, talking about Tom Brady was the best quarterback from 2004. Do you realize Peyton Manning had a 49 touchdown season?
And that season was not better than Brady in 04, Jalen.
That season was not better. This is crazy.
That season was not better.
History. At the time,
He's tweaking.
It was not better because look at how Peyton was
there's no way.
when
There's
he
no way.
ended up having to.
No,
now he's lying. So stop. That's over.
Hold on. One quick second, Jalen. One quick second before y'all go back to that, bro. I gotta address what J-Rob said because what Hellfire said too, which is a more simpler time now. The only reason it's a more simpler time because do you guys realize like Tampa 2 and all of them coverage was like brand new? It was getting introduced to the NFL, so it's gonna look more complex, right?
Okay, Bama's like, yeah,
no,
listen, that guys are not gonna be able to recover 6 months.
Let him finish, bro. Let people
finish. Let me finish.
Lonnie, he cut everybody off. He cut everybody
literally,
off,
bro.
I'm not trying
Literally, bro. You talking to a Bama fan, bro. All 32 coaches came down to Nick Saban for a fucking coaching seminar once that read option and all them zones and all that bullshit came to the NFL. They literally had to go sit down in Tuscaloosa and have a class for this shit, bro. So it's not that it's more simple. It's the fact that when we start seeing this stuff, right? When we start
seeing Lane Kiffin
enough over and over, we adjust to it and we come up with new ways to dissect and expose this stuff, which why you see the RPO, which why you see more guys in motion, which why you see more stat situations, because bro, I'm not finna sit here and let you put me in a box over and over and over again, bro.
Right.
I'm getting paid $5 million just like Rob Ryan is, right? Just like Rex Ryan getting $10 million. You got the same on the other side of football. So therefore you go get Sean McVay. You go get dudes that's gonna sit here all summer and be like, bro, how the fuck can I break Dean Blandino's blitz scheme? You got offensive coordinators right now. Why they over there in Tulum and
Sleepless
and shit with their wife, bro? They over there with
a whiteboard, in the expo market.
Hey, real quick.
Trying to figure out, hey, bro, how can I?
Hey, real quick.
Can we also address the case that the whole Tom Brady has 4 better Super Bowl performances? Hold on. We gotta stop looking at stats without
let Jalen finish because Bama, you done, Bama?
Oh, God. I gotta hear this.
Yeah,
Cook up, Jalen.
You were saying how Tom Brady has 4 better Super Bowl performances than Patrick Mahomes. You're gonna bring out the 500 yards.
He does.
3 touchdowns, whatever that is. We can't just use these stats without looking at the defense they went against. Patrick Mahomes won even the Tampa against that Tampa defense. That was a great Tampa defense he went against. They played great. This San Francisco defense was better than that Panthers defense when he had that great game. It was better than the Eagles defense when he had the 500 yards. So we can't just look at the stats. We got to look at who they played against and relative to that, how they played. It's not simply about 400 yards, 3 touchdowns. I could throw 400 yards, 3 touchdowns against the worst defense in the league, but when you're facing a top defense, you're not always going to win like that. So sometimes a 220-yard performance with 2 touchdowns and interception can be better than a 450-yard performance.
Okay, so anyways, real quick, hold on, Jalen. Everybody jump in at one time.
Hold on, y'all. One mic.
It's not the fact that Brady has 4, it's the fact that Brady has 10 because of this era being oversimplified and dumbed down.
Bro, you keep anyways. Kyle responds.
Bro. Let him explain that.
Can I help him out? Can I help him out? Because I'll be glad to help him out.
No, let him go. Don't be Captain Save-A-Hole.
Okay, well, I love to be because he's making a bad argument. But
don't help him, Ben. Let him go.
This era is being dumbed down because of the fact that it is oversimplified. The RPOs were designed to be a simplification for the way the quarterback play evolved with how the athletes are. It was designed in this era to be simple. And it was designed to be the cop out. And now it's getting to the point to where, like your point, J-Rob, with guys being taught to throw like Mahomes. I feel like not every quarterback's like that. I've talked to coaches down at the high school level that are saying that they're so frustrated because quarterbacks not being willing to learn the things that they need to learn because they'd rather just throw like Mahomes.
Okay, but every coach has been
frustrated every time. That's not true because he's still
Hellfire, you're stopping out by saying this stuff too.
Even furthermore,
Hellfire, you're not stopping out either. Hellfire, you say everyone's stopping out.
Hey, I would love to dive in.
Things go that shouldn't be let go, and then
finish because I still haven't understand why it's simplified. So that's why I want him to explain himself because he has not really explained it yet.
And you guys are saying that with the defenses being more complex, it's hard for the defenses to be more. It's hard for the defenses to be more complex. When people's conception of reading defenses is one read and that's it because of the way that the schemes have evolved from the college and the high school level. With how much that transition to here.
Go back to that last point because you're using the Steph Curry 3-point argument.
No,
thank you.
This is my difference with that. I've actually wanted basketball to evolve for years. I've been wanting it to evolve for years. I'm sorry, but I had been wanting.
J-Rob, let me get in.
Nah, don't cap.
No, Ben, you cannot save him from this nonsense, bro. Do not save him, Ben. Do not save him, Ben.
And to even further see why I feel like this is getting so dumbed down is because the fact that you guys have expanded the definition of game manager to where it shouldn't be expanded to. It's getting.
Yo, you're talking about things that have nothing to do with schematics. You have nothing. You're bringing up things that have nothing to do with schematics. You're only talking about narrative.
Over and over again.
You are literally. I want you to know how you have brought up. I just want you to know, brother. I want you to know something, bro.
And things like that.
You have not brought up. I just want to know you have not brought up. You have not brought up anything substantial, Hellfire, to prove your point.
And then you're saying blank statements, honestly, bro.
I just want you to say. I want you to say, Hellfire. You are saying so many blank statements that don't prove your argument. And unfortunately, you're gonna sit here and think that is oversimplified. The fact you called the RPO system a cop out, absolutely ridiculous.
It is. I'm sorry.
It's not RPO's not a cop out because everybody's not running it all the time. And the thing is, hold on, the quarterbacks. Hold on, the thing that's losing this. You're losing me because you're talking. First of all, you brought up that quarterbacks now are throwing like that. They're throwing like Mahomes. Did anybody watch Jordan Love, CJ Stroud? Is anybody watching Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, the way the league is evolving? All this off-platform stuff that you hate. I know you want to see them
no. This
over the top. That's not the game no more. Let me finish. That's not the game. No, it's not the game. We listen, bro.
It's not clicking up here.
I asked you a question. I asked you a question, and you did not give us. You asked us a question. We asked you a question, and you really did not give us a real reason to support it.
Well, we should have like a timer.
You talked about RPOs being a cop-out. You understand the RPO system is really involved in the game now because of how bad defensive lines are?
Hey, Hellfire. This is how you should be arguing, bro. Okay? First of all, the game has evolved. Okay, the game has evolved. Offenses are much more complicated, not more simplified.
It is more simplified.
It's the opposite. It's the opposite. Hold on.
Because of the fact that it's.
But Hellfire, let me finish it.
Down for a specific set of quarterbacks.
No, man. Look, man. No. But Hellfire, you don't realize how that helps your argument, though. It's more complicated, but it actually helps your argument. Because quarterbacks are asked to do more. There's more for them to do, which in turn helps their production. Back when Brady was playing, they weren't asked to do as much. There wasn't as much innovation on offense. It was a different game. That's how you should be arguing it. I don't know where you're going with this.
Yeah.
Actually have more and have things circle on the same games are getting trashed because of the fact that they don't fit a certain role.
Michael, make this last point. Let's move to the topic.
They had issues with over.
But Hellfire, please. This is the one thing is that, yes, I don't like the fact that the RPO stuff that you're crediting it only to Era because when you have that dynamic of an arm and that ability to fit spots and that ability to throw off platform and that ability to read defenses deep coverage, because you're not going to tell me that Patrick Mahomes can't read deep coverages, especially elite All that stuff adds into why the RPO scheme works so well for them. And on top of the fact that they have Andy Reid. If you're going to start this argument, you should be talking about Andy Reid and how he's revolutionized the RPO scheme. But you don't.
Well, yeah.
Even with that, wait.
Hellfire, you making a Hellfire? I'm a Brady guy. You making a bad argument, bro.
I'm moving the topic.
Actually difficult.
We're not talking.
Since this is
repeatedly having to go back. We have been talking about this. We've been talking about this.
Fun fact, with the potential having to be that.
I like, bro. Don't unmute yourself, and I'll mute you, Hellfire. Like, don't unmute yourself. I'm trying to switch the topic. We have been talking about this for 45 minutes. We're just going in circles. I'm trying to move the conversation forward.
Well, you guys want my response?
This is a conversation, but bro, we've already agreed that you're not going to disagree. We're not going to agree. And to be honest, and no offense, but bro, most of the things you've been saying they've been.
You guys think it's that, but it's not.
Okay, but that's how people feel about it. That's how people feel. That's how people feel.
I've actually went full.
So you're not going to change. Listen. You're not
on my
going to
own
change.
time.
All right, look. We know that you have a dissertation out about Mahomes never being able to be the GOAT. Put the link to that in here so everybody can read about how Mahomes can never be the GOAT because the game is dumbed down, and I bet you people understand your point of where you're coming from. But with that being said, let's move the conversation on Hellfire. I'll let you open us up with the new segment, with the title. Do the 49ers pay Purdy that franchise money? Is he getting the $45 to $50 million a year? You start us off, bro.
Okay, so honestly, I don't know if that's going to be the move that they should make because they have a lot of restructuring that they need to do to keep what's more important. They're going to have to convince Purdy to take a discount.
How much? If it's, let's say the starting rate, let's say he asked for, let's just start it at 50. Let's say he asked for 50.
Low key.
Yo,
does that?
Low key. I honestly think that he may need to start at 30.
But let me ask you this. So I'm gonna go from a business perspective, Hellfire. His agent, honestly, I think I know Bama gonna hit me with that. He's a 7th round draft pick, but his agent is gonna just try to match the market. So the thing is, I think he's going in 45 plus. So I think he is too, but I don't know if they're going to be able to.
Personally, I don't think he gets a contract this offseason. I don't think he gets a contract this offseason.
But so if you're wanting a realistic number, I do think if the floor is 50 and they want to low it, if you want a realistic number, I could see 45 being realistic because the market's going to increase by the time they negotiate. I can see 45 being realistic.
Is there anybody?
I'll tell you what they.
Oh, Kirk Cousins.
Now,
I'll tell you what they need to do, man. They need to sit down Ryan Day and Shanahan and figure out why they abandoned the run so much.
Exactly. This is what Bob Purdy's going to get. You got to understand, though, quarterback, it's a quarterback league. You're going to pay the guy who just took you to a Super Bowl. What are his stats this year? 30 plus touchdowns, 10, 12, whatever interceptions. He played great for them. He got the job done. He came up short in the Super Bowl, but they know they're going to run it back. He's going to get 5 years, 250 that's with incentives attached. He might be 200 mil guaranteed. Hold on. Listen. If I was the GM, look, in the perfect world, listen. In the perfect world, if I was the GM, would I like him? Hold on. Would I like him for like 4? Would I like him for 4 years, 120 at 30 mil a season? Yes, but that's not how NFL business works. All these quarterbacks are getting paid. Mid-tier quarterbacks get 30, 35. If you're a Super Bowl starting quarterback,
that's what he's getting.
A Super Bowl starting quarterback. Let me respond. He's getting $50 million. And think about a discount though. Guess what? He's never made this big boy money yet. He was playing these early couple seasons, not making $millions a year. It was a couple $100,000 a year. He got paid his taxes, agents. So he's not a millionaire by any means. So he's gonna want all this money. There's no discount coming. And I know it's easy to say from the outside world.
Like,
it's easy to say from the outside world, hey, take a discount. Hold on, take a discount to win. You want to win.
Yeah.
End of the day, these players, they got families to worry about. They got their other priorities too. Winning matters, but that's a lot of money to say no to.
Especially for Brock.
That's why the Giants are idiotic for giving Daniel Jones $40 million.
$50 million a season. If they're lucky, maybe it's 42, 43. But it's $50 million a season without a doubt.
Go ahead, Ooze.
Hey, I believe in that guy. I believe in that kid, man. He's young. Pay him, bro.
Oh, you're talking about the season he had, the stats. Like, I've seen like Jimmy G not had that type of season, not like in terms of stats, but something that's not too far off from that. And also played in the Super Bowl. It came down to him just not able to make the plays, just like Brock Purdy. But my thing is, it's like throwing a guy like Purdy, you don't even know if he could really be that guy without all these all-pro offensive weapons next to him. $50 million, like either Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, bro. That's insane to me, bro. The 49ers know better than that. Every single team in the whole entire NFL knows better than that. And if I'm a guy like Brock Purdy, you're talking about never seeing money like that. Well, I know if I go for the big bucks, they're not gonna fully guarantee it because I'm not no guy like Deshaun Watson. I haven't put no stain in the league like that yet.
Hey, that's not the quarterback's not the issue with the 49ers, bro. It's Kyle Shanahan's play call. Let's get something straight.
I'm going for guaranteed years. I'm going for guaranteed money.
Yo, you hit it. Listen. All right, this is what y'all gotta realize about Brock Purdy. This is no funny. Like I have my reservations about Brock Purdy.
He got that contract.
Listen, hear me out. Oops. I have my reservations about Brock Purdy because I'm also worried, and I've said this multiple times because this is my only concern is what's gonna happen when that money come in and Brock Purdy, you're gonna have to elevate everybody around you. And I think that's my biggest concern because Brock, as it's good playing with elite weapons, but can you play with a Mahomes type of cast this year or the year before?
You bring him up.
Where you really got one go-to guy and you got a bunch of guys, jabs around you. I think Rasheed is going to be a guy. Let me just say that. He's going to be a dog. But when you go because they're going to take your career as a starter. This is like Jimmy G, how he got a bag. When they take your career as a starter, and this is why for Yana Chow tell me win's not a quarterback stat. When you're winning football games, that makes you bread. Gino Smith won some football games, got a bag. If you win football games as a quarterback, you're getting the bag. And the further you go, the more money you're gonna make.
Kirk Cousins.
If you look at this from the moment he's gotten a starting job to this point, Ooze, he's lost a handful of football games in reality. I think he's at single-digit losses still in totality.
Yeah, still.
That's gonna matter.
But that's going to be looked into it. And then when you're an agent, because y'all gotta really remember this part of it. That agent is getting a cut of that money. So what do that agent want to do? I'm trying to get the biggest bag.
But he's not going to be able to leverage it to 50 million.
Yes, you are.
Wait, let's stat rock.
Yo, y'all speak to be reactionary. Hold on. Let me just get to the fucking end. At the end of the day, they're going to compare what he's done to other quarterbacks that's done what he's done. You're going to look at the Daniel Jones, got paid 40 M's off a playoff win. You're going to look at Jalen Hurts. The money he's got off of what happened with him leading his team to a Super Bowl. They're going to compare themselves to the other quarterbacks in the league. And listen, regardless, Brock Purdy did make some plays in the playoffs. He made some plays to help that team win football games. It wasn't like he was just fully carried there. He had to make plays. So with all that information, bro, and Ooze, I think the thing that you're not even thinking about, there's no middle tier for quarterbacks. There's either upper money and then there's dog water money. There's no real middle. There's no $15 to $20 million tier. There's no $10 to $15 million the season tier for quarterbacks. It's only top money or bottom. You even got backups for $30 million.
He's a $40 to $45 million guy.
See, that's the thing. Y'all
we don't exactly. It's not about what we think.
No. I feel what you're saying. No, hold on. Let me respond because I feel what you're saying. There's definitely a high-end quarterback type of contract and a low-end quarterback type of contract. I feel you. There's no middle ground. But I don't think this agent is going to be able to leverage him, Brock Purdy, to a contract to get him in that.
So what quarterback are they going to get to replace him? Ooze, what quarterback are they going to get to replace him if they can't agree on a deal?
They don't have to. They don't even have to negotiate with him.
Answer my question. What quarterback are they going to sign?
No
What
one in the
quarterback are they
NFL
gonna
is stupid
sign?
enough to do that, bro. The
They
Vikings
are
will give him $50 million. The Falcons
What
will give him $50 million.
quarterback are
No,
they
they will not.
going to
No,
lose?
they will
If
not.
they don't reach a deal with him, what quarterback are they going to sign instead?
They are not required
For
to
when it happens, because
negotiate.
I don't think Brock Purdy's just out the door because he's not getting 50 M's like he's Patrick Mahomes. I don't think that's the case, bro.
Okay,
So I don't think there's anyone because you're
Go
saying 50 M's.
Let that go. Then go after him. Trent.
Acting like
Let
he's
that
gonna
go.
leave.
You gotta
Tell me a destination that will actually realistically offer Brock Purdy The $50 million. Vikings. The Vikings. The
Giants.
Vikings.
Justin
Will get
Jefferson?
him. They have to pay Jenna.
Giants.
They
They
can
can
pay wide receiver and a Addison quarterback.
Yeah.
He got a quarterback of the future.
They
They
got
believe in
to
him.
pay that to
Pay
a
your
7th
quarterback.
round
You
draft
pay your
pick.
quarterback. Damn, Bama. Like, what are we talking about right now?
Look,
I've been looking through this for the longest, bro. I have yet to find a quarterback from rounds 5 through 7 that got this crazy payday, which y'all talking about Brock Purdy finna get. Also, too, wait, 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Also, what y'all brought up too with the agent. Him being a 7th round draft pick, he does not have that agent that's finna leverage that too. What y'all talking about? Like all of them boys in the top 10, they got a different agent that can leverage those type of contracts what they want, bro. Brock Purdy don't even have that type of agent, bro.
He got a new agent. He got a new agent.
Oh, that agent is hungry, man. That agent is hungry as hell right now.
How do you know? He'll get the agent. No, he's
Bama, do you realize Brock Purdy
agent?
agent? You understand? I ain't gonna lie, Bama. Brock Purdy agent probably right now is on the cusp of life-changing money for himself right now because of this kid. So if you think this agent talking about,
he ain't gonna get it.
I don't got Wasserman or Clutch or Rock Nation Sports behind me, I'm not about to go get it. This kid went from Mr. Irrelevant to starting quarterback in the Super Bowl.
If I'm not mistaken, I could be crazy.
Go ahead, brother.
He's under contract next season. They don't have to. They don't have to even negotiate with Brock Purdy if they don't want to this offseason. My guess is that they're gonna go for it all next year and go for the Super Bowl, and they're not gonna negotiate with Brock Purdy this offseason. My guess is that he doesn't get a contract this offseason, and next year is a prove year. He's gonna have to prove that he's worth the money that they like next year.
We gotta. Bro, they went to the NFC Championship last year, Super Bowl this year. He's already
still think he's a game manager.
That's relevant. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
No, the hell it doesn't. Because game managers are getting a bag. What are y'all talking about?
Wait. Game manager isn't a bad term.
Hold on.
Game managers aren't a bad term.
I didn't understand. Where are we confused at, y'all? Where are we confused at?
I'm confused at $50 million.
I go real quick, Joe.
Go ahead, Trent.
I know we have our differences about Brock Purdy, but put our personal bias to the side.
That's what I'm saying.
NFL and what the team wants.
Don't look at what you think.
What we think about him. Think about the team aspect.
NFL business.
Think about the money they give him.
Let's look at it.
We finish.
Go ahead.
You brought up that he's not even under contract this year. Unless this thing has a crazy fluke year, goes a downward spiral, because this year he was like top 5 in almost every passing category, and we know the MVP contention was mid, he was still there. But if he plays again and plays this well, he's going to get the bag. 1 year got Gino Smith a bag. One playoff game got Daniel
bag, not the bag. He got a bag.
Thank you. He's not gonna get
he got a bag.
The bag,
He got a bag, and they about to move off of him after this year.
Unless he falls off the cliff. If he plays relatively the same like he did this year, there's no way he's not getting a bag. That's not logical. Because the 49ers think they got their guy. The people around that locker room really believe
they all believe in him. Yeah.
Hey man, Brock Purdy isn't why they're not winning.
It's Kyle Shanahan. Can you just
you guys focusing on the wrong thing with the 49ers.
If I'm being honest, I'm not gonna look at Brock Purdy. If I'm being honest, I'm looking at Kyle Shanahan.
I got you.
What?
No.
Hey, someone explain to me.
Listen. I'm not getting rid of the coach that's made every quarterback that's he's ever coached.
Can't get rid of Kyle.
He's taken every quarterback. He's just about every starting quarterback he's ever had. He took him to the Super Bowl. He's taken.
Wait. Yeah, but he got this Ryan Day effect. You know, he got this Ryan Day effect that in the biggest games, he refuses to do what's working.
So did
No,
Andy
no,
Reid.
Can I
no,
ask
it's
you
not-
this
it's
question?
not-
Michael,
Yeah,
can I
so
ask
did
you a
Andy
question?
Reid. Facts.
Michael, can I ask you a question? Because I saw you got
Yeah.
your hand up. So I just want to
Yeah.
ask you a question so that you can answer and you can go on what you was about to say. 'Cause
Right.
I gotta ask y'all this question because this is my whole thing with Stat and with Ooze. I want y'all to really understand that me and Trent, we really agree with y'all about him.
Yeah, like
If it was up to us,
And
and
so
if
do
I
I.
was, and I'm John Lynch, I'm doing what y'all saying. I'm going up to him and I'm saying, Brock, I got 35 for you, bro. Make that shake. And if you don't want to do it, then we'll have some negotiations. Maybe I'll try to meet him at 37. But I'm gonna try not to go to that $50 million. But what I'm saying on the flip side of this, you gotta think, y'all. If I'm the agent, I'm taking my guy, Brock Purdy. I'm comparing him to the other performances in the league, bro. And that's where I feel like y'all missing my point and me and Trent's point about the money he's gonna get. Because he's getting at the minimum 45. Because if you think about it, I'm gonna tell you like this. For example, Joe Burrow.
I think that's what he should.
Joe Burrow's run to the Super Bowl. If you look at his numbers and Brock Purdy's, the runs they're comparable runs.
Yeah,
They're
facts.
comparable
Not too far off.
So that's what they're gonna do. They're not gonna compare. I don't think they're gonna look at like he's a 7th round draft pick. Because also too, I know y'all saying milk his contract one more year, but let's just say they mess around, go back to the Super Bowl, or mess around and win it. He wins the Super Bowl, contract up. Ooh, he won 70 now.
He's gonna
have the richest contract in football. And then y'all gonna be talking about, they should have just gave him the 45, the 40.
I agree that they should give him 45.
So that's what I'm telling y'all about the money. 50 is a lot of money, but I'm telling you that's where that's where the negotiation has to start. Because if I'm Brock Purdy, I think I'm $10 million better than Daniel Jones. I think I'm $10 million better than all of these other guys. And so that's how my agent, and let's be honest, if I'm the agent, we're probably at a low tier agency. I got this last round pick that's about to take me to the promised land. I'm getting to it. I'm getting to that money. I want y'all to know if I'm Brock Purdy's agent, I'm asking for 60.
Not getting it.
Let me answer this.
I'm asking for 60.
Then you
Before
get
you
traded.
start,
Then I'm
No, I'm asking for 60
getting
so they
cut.
give me 55
what you're
or
saying.
50.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Work
I'm
down,
still
right?
Still,
So you're starting high to work down is what you're saying, J-Rob.
That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, you getting 38.
so-
That I can agree with. I can agree with.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah,
look,
so
no,
if
no,
Daniel
this-
Jones is getting 40, I'm telling you, he's not taking anything under.
I don't know
For the
why.
rest-
y'all
Respond to
so
that?
hung
Wait,
because no,
Yeah,
This
listen,
is not a
Stat,
slight
stat,
of
no,
Daniel Jones. It's just a reality of it. Now you gotta let Michael go. Yeah, Michael's. Yeah, I gotta let Michael go.
So to address what you said, yes, that is how it works. No one's gonna sit here and tell me that's not how it works because Dak Prescott got 40. What was it? 40 or 45 for 2 years?
that's
of
Jerry Jones.
borderline top 12 success. Borderline.
That's
In
Jerry
20
Jones.
If we look at no stats. I don't want to hear that because the Giants did that, and you could say the same stuff with the
Jerry
Giants.
Jones are mom and pop.
But this is the thing. So my thing is, number one, my question was, how much money would it be to franchise him one more year? That is my question. I'm not saying
What's
that's
the middle
how
tier?
much
So
would
it'd probably be
Like
for that
Probably
year.
about 40.
What do you
Probably be about 38, 40.
I'd probably be between. It might know because what's Mahomes?
40
He
to
got
45.
So I'm about to say it'd be between 40 and 45, maybe a little.
No,
bit.
because it was
Okay.
30-something
Stat,
for
wait,
Lamar.
listen.
No, because it was 30-something for Lamar.
Lamar got paid, and then 3 other quarterbacks got paid more than him afterwards. So it goes.
No, his franchise tag was like
listen.
36 mil.
Listen.
Yes,
listen.
and then other
Wait,
people got paid.
Yeah, he don't listen.
It was before he got
Let me
paid.
finish stat.
He don't listen.
Wait,
Facts.
please,
listen.
stat.
You're not hearing what I'm saying.
I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose my thought if you keep going. I swear. But my thing is about that. Look, it's a different era from what it was in 2005 when Brady got his contract, right? We can look to other sports to see this. Look at it, and I understand that Brock Purdy's agent is probably not super big time, but like in the MLB, I see agents absolutely shaking down teams, and these guys aren't even signing. These guys aren't even signing
underwear like
training.
this, taking a punch.
No, it's deeper than that. It's literally every single guy. Look at Blake's now. Look at this. He won the Cy Young. He's literally asking for $60 million a year, and he's not getting it. He's waiting till an arm gets hurt in spring. And my point is, it's not the exact same with the NFL, but it's getting to that level, number one. And number two, I was thinking franchise, but now that you say 40-45, you're going to project the best case scenario projection. If you didn't give Brock Purdy a contract, is 45 for you. That would be your best case scenario. So why not lock him up now? Why not do it? And even if you're paying 50, that's only $5 million per year more. And the reality is, if you give him 45, even if you give him 50, it's going to be the same type of stuff when you're trying to acquire talent. It's $5 million.
And he's only going to get better, bro.
And you can
he's only going to get better
later if he's not doing as well. If he does that, he might not do it, but you can ask him to restructure later if he's not progressing the way that a $50 million.
And you also understand, and instead you also understand, like, the cap go up. The cap is never stagnant. The cap go up, and you really got to understand with the franchise tag, it goes up with whoever's the highest contract is the franchise tag can always scale up.
It's an average of the contracts. You get an average of the top 5 contracts. That's how it works. Lamar Jackson's contract just went up, but who's number 5? It really all depends on who's number 5.
Wait, J-Rob.
Who's number 5?
Hey, Stat.
I don't know who's number 5. I'm about to look up right now who's number 5.
Look, I don't even have the exact numbers, but I can give you a general.
Y'all won't even let me talk.
Even if I just give you a general. Burrow's up there. Herbert's up there. Jalen Hurts is up there. Lamar just got up there now.
And Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson.
Kirk about to be there.
Boom, that's 5 quarterbacks that at the very least, at the bare minimum, are making $40+ million a year.
Thank you.
So if you average this is math 101.
Like 46.
This is math 101. If you take 5 40s and divide them by 5, you get 40. So at the very least, if you tag Brock Purdy, he's going to get 40 million.
Hold on.
He deserves 40 million.
Look at this man.
Nah, I'll give him 40 million. I will give him 40
do the math, Stat Patrick.
No. Look. So, look.
Go ahead, Stat.
Brock Purdy would never get the franchise tag anyway. Let's get that out the way. They would never franchise tag Brock Purdy anyways.
Right.
Because in my belief, he hasn't proven himself to be a franchise quarterback. They're not going to give y'all keep talking about the Daniel Jones contract and how Daniel Jones contract messed up everything. No, it didn't, because after this season, they can move off of Daniel Jones. That's just how much they believed in Daniel Jones. He got a 2-year guaranteed deal. When in the NFL, it's not about your per year totals. Your per year totals is your per year total. But really what you value the most is the guaranteed years. It's the guaranteed, not even the guaranteed money per se. It's the guaranteed years, because the years is what guarantees you to be on the team. The years is what makes it is your leverage so that you don't get cut. If I'm Brock Purdy and he's not going to get to the negotiation table this season because they don't have the money for him and they're going for it all next year, so he's not going to see a contract this season. They're going to make him prove that he is worth what he's going to be asking for, this $50 million contract, this even $40 million contract. In the end, I think if he's going to play for the 49ers, I think he's going to sign for $38 million around 3 to 4 years. And that's going to, because
I hope he does do that. It'll be a smart thing for him to do.
No, because anything above that is too high risk, and no other GM is going to give him that. Because who has the system? Who has the roster? No, who has the roster to pay Brock Purdy $50 million and go to the Super Bowl? And think they're gonna go to the Super Bowl. Who else besides the 49ers have a roster?
A bunch of teams will pay.
I ain't gonna lie, that don't make sense.
Why doesn't it make sense?
You talked about
because niggas think he's a top 10 quarterback in football. Niggas just need a quarterback.
Niggas think a lot of shit.
Hey, but look,
hold on. You telling me if Brock Purdy doesn't hit the market, they're not, these teams out here not looking for him?
Nobody's gonna give him $50 million. And if he gets $50 million, it won't be longer than 2 years. Guaranteed.
There's 2 things I need to address. So first things first. Daniel Jones. First things first. The Daniel Jones thing that you brought up, you're talking about the years guaranteed. He got 82 mil guaranteed in the first 2 years.
That's 40.
I'll name the teams, nigga.
That's 40
I know
years.
this
And
shit.
then
Got me
second,
fucked up.
you're talking about no
Name the
organization.
teams, bro.
You're saying no organization would do this. You do realize the
Let's
49ers
get to
are
it,
the
then.
same organization that made
Silly
Jimmy G
ass
the
bitch.
highest paid quarterback
Might
in the
cook
league,
you.
right? The 49ers are the same organization that made Jimmy G the highest paid quarterback in the league. Reset the market.
So why would they do it again?
Do we not all agree that Brock Purdy better than Jimmy G?
No, I won't.
But
Hey,
it's set in stone, dog.
here's my
That's
thing.
how
Here's
it
my
works.
thing, though.
Once
I'm
it's
not with
happened
that.
once, it's gonna happen against that. We're not in
No,
Madden.
it's
You
not.
can't finesse a guy for
Listen,
35.
listen.
The dude
y'all gotta
who
understand.
signs Brock Purdy to a $50 million contract is the dude that's gonna be fired. He's not gonna have a job the next season.
Hey yo, J-Rob.
You know
Go ahead,
what,
man.
man? You know what they would have still.
Hey, you like my profile picture?
15 years.
Yo, you know
That's
why
how
this
it
is
always
Yo,
goes.
man, you're annoying.
Yo, you know what? You know what?
brag
You
about
know what?
Messi
This is a dumb point. They
Get that out of here, man.
Yeah,
I don't
he
even see that.
did that. I don't know how you didn't
I
see
don't
that,
even
J-Rob.
see that.
Oh man.
I don't know how you didn't
Crazy,
see
bro.
that, J-Rob. But they
I need a
paid Jimmy
peek.
G to make him the highest paid quarterback. I think everybody can agree here that Brock Purdy is better than Jimmy G. So why would they not give him the bag?
Here's my thing. I'm not
They're
saying
not
like
giving
he's
him
gonna
the
like
bag,
that.
man.
Hold on.
Why not? Why
Hold
won't
on,
they?
wait,
Why
hold
not?
on, hold on. What Stat was just saying, like he's gonna get a bag, but he's not gonna get the bag. He's not like what gotta be.
We're not
wait,
signing him to 5 years,
Ooh,
250 mil guaranteed.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, that's-
Look, this is why I say let's put our personal bias to the side and just look at it. And nigga was top 5 in touchdowns.
It's
top
not
5
personal
Let me finish.
bias.
Let me
It
finish.
is.
Top 5
Y'all
in
looking
pass
at him as a
touchdowns,
player.
top 5 in completion percentage. With that team as a whole and what they have of him and what they believe in him and the front office believe in him, no matter how we think about Brock Purdy, he's going to get a bag. There's no way you're telling me
Lamar Jackson hit the market. Everybody thinks Lamar Jackson's better than Brock Purdy.
Bro, Lamar
Jackson hit the market.
No.
What offer did what offer? No, because I'm about to beat you. No, because I'm about to beat you with your own argument, bro. Lamar Jackson hit the market. What offer? What team gave him an offer?
You know why it's different? You know
No.
Wait, hold on. He's responding to me. Hey, hold on. He's responding to me. Even though everybody named Mama know Lamar should have got a contract from another team, the difference was they had to ask for 2 first-round picks to get Lamar.
Exactly.
That's not it, bro.
You can't bring that up.
If you ask
that's
people,
a completely different
no,
situation.
that's not what it is. Everybody says because Lamar was the franchise quarterback, and nobody was going, and they was going to match whatever offer that you gave Lamar.
They would have also had to give up 2 first-round picks.
Bro.
They would have had to
Brock
give up 2
Purdy.
first-round picks. What do you understand? Do you not understand about that? A lot of teams don't do that.
If somebody offers Brock Purdy, they don't have to give up 2 first.
They don't have to give up 2 first-round
Do you
draft.
know how much 2 first rounders are worth?
I feel like Brock Purdy's like a 43 to 47.
Okay, so wait.
But not 50.
Bringing up Lamar Jackson is a dumb-ass point because, again, when
It's
Lamar
not dumb, bro. If nobody went for Lamar because they felt like he was the Ravens franchise quarterback and they wasn't going to let him go, why would they offer the 49ers? John Sanders top 10.
That is not the reason they didn't go.
When you're talking about Lamar, you're not really being. Yeah, you being a little. You're gonna
say this.
I'm not being bro.
I'm gonna say
they gonna give up 2 first-round picks for Caleb Williams, bro.
I'm gonna beat you with your own logic right here. This is how I'm gonna do it.
I mean, they did it for Trey Lance. This
is how I'm gonna beat you with your own logic right here. So if they did that to Lamar Jackson, right? How many GMs
literally
would still have a job or would be there for 10 years if they did what you said they didn't do? So how does that not prove the point of the fact that that won't happen to more quarterbacks who are at that borderline? Because of that, and I understand, yes, Lamar Jackson is better, but but it doesn't even matter. Because first of all, the biggest reason why Lamar didn't get any contract is because nobody thought he could actually go through a full season again because of his play style, which as much as BS that was, that was the biggest thing. Brock Purdy has no real injury.
Brock Purdy literally just had an elbow surgery. Lamar's never had a surgery. Lamar
Lamar
major
Jackson's
injury.
release.
Lamar was sad because he didn't have a contract, bro.
Again,
He's never had
and then he came back and had
Well, Lamar's not, bro. Lamar also isn't a fit with everybody. That's another component.
So Brock Purdy is.
Wait, nobody's saying.
I mean, he's a more traditional quarterback.
Oh, we're not about to do that argument. We're not about to. But hold on, again. But again,
here we go.
There you go with that.
Bringing up Lamar, it would be different.
I'm just saying.
It would be different. You talk about Daniel Jones
you gotta
situation.
adapt to the quarterback.
It would be totally different. You talk about Daniel Jones situation. They let somebody go. You don't have to. If teams wanted to get Lamar Jackson last year, you would have had to given them damn near a haul to get Lamar. You would have to give them 2 first-round draft picks. In this case with Brock Purdy,
in a bag, not just that, in a bag.
In a bag.
$50 million quarterback
completely different.
It's worth.
You can't ignore that. Like that. You can't ignore that.
All right, so let me look at this list again. Let me look at this list again, bro. All right, Joe Burrow. If you want Joe Burrow, how much you got to give? How many draft picks you got to give to get Joe Burrow?
They're gonna give him 2.
If you want Justin Herbert, how many draft picks
more teams will want Joe Burrow though. More teams will be willing to do that.
Jackson, how many picks do you got to give up to get Lamar Jackson?
This thing is getting me
Jalen Hurts. I mean, you might be able to get Jalen Hurts for a 2 right now. The way he played last year.
Hey, whoa, no.
Russell Wilson, you might be able to get Russell Wilson for really, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? A little Debbie cake. To be honest, bro.
On every
Oh no, nah.
This is why this thing is getting me tight.
One at a time, y'all. One mic.
This is why this thing's getting me tight. G-Baby and J-Rob. What was the specific thing the Ravens did to where if you had to sign Lamar, if you wanted to get Lamar, you had to give him 2 first-round picks? I forgot what it was called. What was it called?
It was a franchise tag. I think
it wasn't a franchise tag.
It was like a tender or something like that.
That's the baseline.
Yes. So again, in this situation with Brock Purdy, if the 49ers let Brock Purdy go, they just let him go. If a team want Brock Purdy, yeah, they could match a contract. But you want to have to trade a haul.
They're going to give up.
Brock Purdy is not going to be a restricted free agent.
Why would I pay a quarterback $50 million that I don't think is worth?
You think, nigga?
Hellfire, you're supposed to go Hellfire. I don't want to cut you off.
Get why you saying that like that's some type of motherfucking like that. It actually means something, bro. That doesn't mean anything, bro. Like,
listen, at the end of the day, I feel like we talking in circles, and I want to move the conversation along. I think this is pretty much the argument that they're trying to make. The argument is because of what Brock Purdy has done right now, you are going to have to pay your quarterbacks. A lot of these quarterbacks are getting paid earlier rather than later. And so when you negotiate at the end of the day, and this is what I don't understand why like y'all getting so like dumbfounded about or so lost about is y'all thinking about what's smart. And you got to think about that. These quarterbacks have representation. Like Tua Tagovailoa, he's going to ask for $50 million. I think most of y'all are going to tell me Tua not a $50 million a year quarterback. But he's going to go out there. You're going to look at his numbers, look at the market, and they're going to give him that money. And he's been to 1 playoff game. And
he was going to get that.
Let me finish. I want to let Hellfire go. The market is ridiculous. And most people will argue that they don't know if some people will say Brock Purdy better than Tua, depending on who you ask. Honestly, somebody will debate those 2 quarterbacks. Very much similar in style. I would argue Brock Purdy more athletic. So them 2 quarterbacks have a lot of things that are going from themselves. And let's say Tua gets paid first. He get $50 million. Then that means when you go into negotiations, you're looking at the market. Let's look at all the starters in the NFL. My guy better than all of these guys. So when I go into the initial negotiation, I'm going to ask for a top number. Y'all arguing whether it's smart to give him that money or not. That's not what we're arguing. We're telling you what he's going to ask for.
Yeah, that's cool what you asked for. Quarterback's been asking for more money for 8 years now. And is it coming because they asking for it?
Jones and his camp were able to negotiate and hold strong to go get 40 M's. Because remember, the report came out that he was looking for $40 million. We all laughed at the report. We all assumed Daniel Jones was never going to see $40 million. Then the news broke. The New York Football Giants agreed to a deal with Daniel Jones for that bread. It's not about what we think is smart because I'm with you. I'm with all of you. I don't want to give him 50. If I cannot give him 50, I'm not. If he asks for 50, I'm gonna say, can you take this, Brock? Can you take that? I'm gonna try to get him to that 38. I'm gonna try to get him to that 35. I am there with you.
I just don't know the team that's gonna give him 50, bro.
But the thing is, it's not about that. It's not really about what the team is gonna give.
Who has the talent? Who has the talent to have a 50?
It's not about the talent. It's about what the market to them is. So if these teams are thinking they're getting their quarterback for the next 5 years, they feel like this is the price of a quarterback, and the cap is going up. So that's all I'm trying to say. Go ahead, Hellfire.
I just wanted to transition to something that I just wanted to transition to something that shouldn't take as long.
Go ahead.
Thoughts about Fitzmagic apparently going to be the QB coach in Seattle.
I like Fitzmagic. You feel me?
I respect Fitzpatrick. I respect him.
Yo, he's a smart quarterback, yo.
I like Fitz.
I mean, Seattle's head coach or offensive coordinator Ryan Grubb, who was from Washington, which that fired up the Michael Penix connection, has talked to Fitzpatrick because it's been well known that he's had really close relationship with Geno, and Fitz said that he wants to take Geno to the next level. Do you think that move would be smart for them to keep Geno in the future, or would you rather be asking for Fitzpatrick to groom somebody young?
Somebody,
I'll
go ahead. Ooze and Fred. Come on, everybody. Go ahead.
Me personally, I feel like with the Geno experiment, you did just kind of give him that contract, like someone said earlier. So I think you could kind of wait a little bit, especially with the weapons you just got at JSN. You still got Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. I think you still try to groom Geno and see where he can make that offense.
Go ahead, Fred.
Yeah, I kind of do the similar thing, but still do like that quarterback competition between Drew Lock and Geno, because I'm noticing how it's actually a really compelling type of quarterback fight. I've been kind of noticing in how both teams respond to both quarterbacks. They both respond to them well, and they both love them. So I feel it's like they can deal with either quarterback. It's going to be a competitive competition. And I do like Ryan Fitzpatrick because he does have that experience as a starting and backup quarterback, to have kind of known how to help out other quarterbacks in general and have that experience knowing that he's went against a lot of the other great quarterbacks and has shockingly, for some reason in other cases, outplayed them. So I feel like that could be a good help to how like the Seahawks handle this quarterback situation.
I dig it. Go ahead, G baby.
I'm not going to disagree with the component of sitting down a quarterback and having him learn. That's always fine with me. But Geno is just there to fill the starting quarterback role until they find their guy. I'm sorry. We tried it. It was great for a minute. We had the whole, I didn't write back when he beat or washed Russell Wilson. You feel me?
That was lit, dude. That was
fire.
That
was amazing. Great story. We love it. Hey, I'm G Power of 13. So I love a good story. You feel me? I love a great story. It was cool. And then we came to this year after he got paid. Shout out Geno, get your money. Hey, never gonna hate on. I'm not gonna hate on somebody for getting their bread, because as we love to say on this show, a lot of people just do it for the bread. A lot of people do it because they can, and especially when you're like Geno, where you pretty much were a backup your whole career, and then you finally got an opportunity to get that. Why would you turn it down? But the experiment is over. It's GG's. Hey, you was nice. You brought some buzz back to Seattle when everybody thought they were going through a rebuild. Shout out to you, gang, but you're not the answer. And we saw it this year. You're not the answer. It's okay. You have DK, JSN, and Tyler Lockett, and you looked pedestrian.
But G baby, my question is, what young quarterback with that Seattle was able to get?
This quarterback class and next year's quarterback class, if you give it a buck, or
maybe next year, but like
they're gonna be good, because look, these boys think they think JJ McCarthy.
They have picks still, right?
Too. He can go out there.
Yo, JJ's that guy, man. Slow down.
If you think Penny's gonna go there and do any better than Geno, then
Why can't he? Why can't he?
Hey, hold on.
Why
Hold
can't
on.
he?
And on top, first of all, I don't think he's as good as a passer. I don't think he's as good as a passer, Gino, in my opinion. I really don't.
Hey man, listen,
Hold on.
Hold
On top of that, you don't have time to sit. You don't have time to sit.
That's what
the quarterback already 24 years old. You don't have time to sit here.
Okay, wait. Ooh, stop right there. Hey, wait. Stop right there. Stop right there.
Stop
right there.
I
mean,
you brought up the fact that he's 24. Michael Penix, I'm assuming you're talking.
Yeah, Michael Penix. Yeah.
Granted, I don't think Michael Penix, JJ McCarthy, or Bo Nix are first round guys. I don't think Spencer Rattler's first round guys. However, because so many quarterbacks, some of these guys are going to go in the first round. So therefore, you brought up the fact that he's 24. Geno had his first good season at what age?
I don't know.
34, something like that. I don't know.
34. So why can't JJ McCarthy? No. But my point is, why can't, even though Michael Penix is 24, JJ 21, Bo Nix 23, let's say they do go to Seattle for a year, so that when they finally start, they'll be 25. They still have a way higher upside at that point in their career. And Geno did at 32. Why can't
I think JJ would be a good selection, but I think
JJ about got the league up.
Because look what you just said, G baby. Like
I think they're gonna need to boost up that offensive line more though.
That I was just gonna say
they're gonna need to boost up that line.
Hold on, there's other voids that Seattle needs to fill more so often in their quarterback position. And by the time they're able to address that problem, bro, we're talking about Michael Penix and Bo Nix. Like, I'm sorry, like, especially Bo Nix, I don't think he's an NFL quarterback. I think he's destined to be a backup, bro. He's XFL, one of those little leagues over there. They'll probably love having him. He's not going to be a good quarterback.
They kill you.
Hey, you guys see who's in my profile pic, right?
And Michael Penix has shown
put you on the cross.
McCarthy's like a mid-second round.
Even more than Geno, in my opinion.
The point is, even I kind of feel disagreeing about the Bo Nix.
Yeah, anybody that's going to be better than Geno.
But the point is, they can still be better than Geno because they have more years and more upside than what Geno did.
And that is the point. Because even though, I don't think Bo Nix is that good. That's why there's only three quarterbacks. Look, because we were talking about this earlier too. What's smart and what the NFL is actually going to do.
Exactly.
What's smart? They shouldn't draft after the first three go. A quarterback shouldn't go off the board in the first round. That's smart. But is that what's going to happen? No, because
that's what's going to happen.
No, it's not, bro. No,
yes, it is, bro. Yes, it is.
No, you want to know why it's not going to happen? I'm sorry. You want to know why it's not going to happen? Because
say that again.
I'll take Spencer Rattler over that guy you got on your screen right now.
Hey man, you crazy.
Low key. But anyway,
blasphemous, bro. Blasphemous. You're gonna get struck down by lightning.
You want to know why? That's crazy. You want to know why there's going to be more than three quarterbacks in the first round? Because we've seen it. We have literally how many years has the NFL been since the NFL draft? Even if we want to start from the 80s,
it happened last year.
Listen,
it always happens.
I'm saying every year, especially when you have a position that's super needy, there's going to be guys with second-round draft grades, maybe even third-round draft grades that get picked in the first round because of how many people need them. R.I.P. this man, but Daniel Jones and Dwayne Haskins should have never been first-round quarterbacks. Never. But what happened? They got drafted.
I don't know about that.
Wait. Stop.
Dwayne Haskins was a beast.
First-round draft.
Dwayne Haskins was a first-round draft. I disagree. Wait, hold up, Bama. I disagree, but fine.
Revision is obviously.
I just said, hey, look, I disagree.
You're missing y'all.
I don't think he was. That's not the point, though.
He was.
The point is, we have so many examples. Kenny Pickett should have never went in the first round. There's so many examples of years. Josh Rosen, I don't care what y'all say, should have never went in the first round.
Oh, I thought he was the third round.
At the time, he was the second best quarterback in the draft.
No, he wasn't. He was.
He was not.
So Josh Rosen was better than Lamar Jackson and Baker Mayfield.
Bro, that best quarterback.
No matter what I truly feel like, bro. No,
you think Josh Rosen was better than Lamar Jackson? Answer the question. Because Josh Rosen got drafted in the same class as Baker, Sam Darnold.
It doesn't matter what I feel like, because
Stop. Because you just said at that time, Josh Rosen was the second best quarterback in that class.
So who
That's
was better
what
then?
media said. I got a memory. I remember being in that time.
That was
He's not
wrong.
lying. He's
That
not
was
lying
wrong.
though.
I thought
He's
it was
not lying.
stupid.
Bro,
I mean, the draft's wrong all the time, bro. The Panthers should have took C.J. Stroud.
Regardless,
C.J. Stroud's gonna be a monster for years.
Whether it's right or wrong, Stat is right though. Stat has a point though. Whether he was a top quarterback, whether he panned out to be a top quarterback or no, in that era, in that time frame, them coming out of college, him coming from USC with his pedigree from
he was the number one quarterback in the country. Number one quarterback in the country.
John Bosco and St. John Bosco and UCLA, bro. He was sought after. He had like a perfect Wonderlic score, bro. Like he had like a beyond perfect Wonderlic score. So they was talking about his cerebralness.
They thought he was Aaron Rodgers.
Offense.
Hey, you know who had a terrible score, but is going to end up being an all-time great? C.J. Stroud.
Was Zach
Wilson
the second best quarterback in the draft?
No, hey, whoa, bro.
Oh, that's a
We're
good
not
point.
talking about he was supposed to be a good QB. All we were saying was why he was the second overall prospect. That's what Stat is saying.
Okay, so Stat, do you think Zach Wilson was the second overall quarterback?
Huh?
Do you think Zach Wilson was the second overall?
Stop asking me that, bro. Because it doesn't matter what I personally think. Like Trent said, it doesn't matter what you think, bro. It don't matter what I think, bro. It's about what was going on at the time. What people that mattered was actually saying. People that mattered had Zach Wilson up there.
Zach Wilson was the second best quarterback, right? So
hey, J-Rob, do you wonder what the Panthers were looking at when they were watching that tape?
Hey, hold up real quick. So you're saying it doesn't matter what you think, it's what the people had. Those people clearly were wrong. Clearly.
Looking back, you can say that.
That's my point. Daniel Jones and Dwayne Haskins, they had them grades where they should have been drafted, but they were wrong.
Can I ask something to that?
I mean, Dwayne Haskins is he ain't all the talent in the world.
I say one thing though about when we're talking about, but I just want to say something. When we're talking about like quarterbacks in the draft, I want y'all to know it's a crapshoot. Like you're shaking a bag and really deciding whether this guy is good or not. Because I will say this about Josh Rosen, because Josh Rosen wasn't the second quarterback picked in this draft. Didn't
Darnold, and that was wrong.
No, it was Sam Darnold.
Wasn't it Baker?
It was Baker,
Sam Darnold, then him. He was
Josh Rosen, Josh Rosen, then Lamar.
Okay. So he wasn't even the first guy off the board. So at the end of the day, when we look at these quarterbacks, they have pedigree and things of that nature, but we got to also realize that in these drafts, because it's such a crapshoot, like we've seen quarterbacks with pedigree coming into a year and they go to the league and completely bust out. I mean, we got a Ryan Leaf of the world. We got all these. We got a lot of.
Hey, you know why that is, J-Rob? Because intangible, you can't measure intangibles, bro.
And I agree. I was just about to say that you can't measure intangibles, so that's why it's a crapshoot. Because at the end of the day, why do you think a guy like Mitchell Trubisky went second? Not because he was probably the second best graded quarterback, but because they thought him being 6'4", 6'5", the big arm athleticism, they thought they could turn him into a franchise level quarterback. But let's also
just
remember,
now becoming a thing that they look for.
Patrick Mahomes also had a lot of things that people said in hindsight about him. They questioned his style of play. They felt like he played a little backyard football. That shit might not translate to the league. Worried about his footwork, decision making, if he trusted his arm too much because of how much power and talent he had in it. All of these quarterbacks have a lot of issues. But like Ben just said, you can't measure intangibles. CJ Stroud, I told you I thought they should take him first. But because of what Bryce Young did at Alabama, being a Heisman Trophy winner, being the top quarterback since he was at modern day, going in, sometimes
I can't lie though, J-Rob. That was an awful decision by the Panthers. I don't know what the hell they was looking at.
I'm not blaming the Panthers because if the Panthers,
Nah, bro, I don't know how you watch that Georgia game in his career and you pick.
Yeah, he did my
I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you do that, bro.
How many times have I said the exact same words?
Yes, but J-Rob, here's my thing. J-Rob, here's my thing.
And I would never
let
y'all
You watch the game with 10 NFL players.
Bro, I've never seen. I'm not an NFL scout, bro, and I've never seen a guy read defenses that good and have the ball placement that guy got, bro. I don't know how you pick.
And I thought he was
nobody here is disagreeing. Because let's be real, we knew those were QB 1 and 2. You can flip them wherever you want. My only thing that I'm going
No, that was QB1, period. Ain't no 1 or 2.
Listen.
Nah,
the thing that I'm going to push back on, though,
that O-line the Panthers had, no.
The thing that I'm going to push back on, though, is because and J-Rob and Ben, this ain't necessarily at you. This is just in general. A lot of people say, "How can you watch that game?" If you're only basing stuff off of one game,
it's not just that game. It's just that game. It's his whole career, bro. That dude, even versus Michigan.
Bryce Young had a
way better.
Hold on. You got it all correct. Even versus Michigan, the games he lost, bro, he's throwing for almost 400 yards and he's dying us up. The dude, that dude had the best ball placement I had ever seen at the college level, ever. I've never seen ball placement that good, and you're seeing it in the NFL.
Yo, the CJ Stroud thing, G baby. The reason why I bring up that Georgia game so much is because the season to me already proved what he was. Okay. I already told y'all what I thought this kid was. Yes. I remember when CJ Stroud was a nobody and took over the Elite 11. I remember watching. I said, "Yo, who the hell is this kid?" He's a dot machine. The boy's ball placement. I think he got that same God-given talent to throw the football. Like God blessed him with the ability to throw the ball. And
it's literally a flick of the wrist.
Because I just feel like the game, G baby, that game against the best talent in the SEC. Let's remember that Georgia defense.
He was perfect. Dude.
That Georgia defense had 7 guys, 8 guys drafted off of that defense alone. When I looked at that tape, I just feel like that was more than a justification of what I've already seen.
Yeah, I watched that game.
J-Rob, my final pushback to you.
It was kind of like how did you watch Justin Fields throw 6 TDs on Trevor Lawrence's head and take Zach Wilson?
And J-Rob, but here's my thing, though. Here's my thing. What you just said right there. Stay right there. Yes, over Zach Wilson, absolutely. That one game, I don't care because Zach Wilson, let's be real. He only got that hype because of that pro day throw. Like, real talk. But, however, when we look at the whole course of the season, you said CJ Stroud was justified. Absolutely. So was Bryce Young.
No.
So that's my thing.
No, bro. There's a sizable gap between CJ Stroud and Bryce Young.
All right.
Sizable gap.
Hold on. Time out.
I'm sorry.
You can ask J-Rob. I've been saying CJ Stroud should have went number 1 and all that. We not about to disrespect Bryce Young in college too, because you starting to glaze.
No, I'm gonna do that.
We're not about to do that.
I'm gonna do that, bro.
You're not about to start doing that with Bryce Young, bro.
Bro, I'm gonna do that, bro. CJ Stroud is a all-time great passer. I never seen a guy dot up like that. Even in games he lost, he dotted him up. There was never a game he didn't dot you up.
If CJ Stroud would have had the same rookie year that Bryce Young did, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
We have.
Yeah, well, guess what? He did it because he's not as good. Cook.
Wait. This became CJ Stroud versus Bryce Young. I want to just bring it back to what the original question was.
Let me say this. Before, if we're gonna bring it back, let me say
fine.
Let me just say this real quick. Because to add to J-Rod's point, and also in that Georgia game, it is the cherry on top. And he also answered a question that people have been asking about him all year. Can he move his feet? Can he get out the pocket? Can he make those throws? And he did all those things on top of that. And then also, bro, throughout the entire year, if CJ Stroud and Ohio State was winning throughout his tenure over there, he had to put up like 40 points a game, bro. That defense was sorry as hell, bro.
Bro, sorry as hell defense at Ohio State.
Watching that Georgia
Ohio State defense.
I felt like he was what y'all was saying Caleb Williams was after that Georgia game. I was like, he looked like Caleb Williams.
No. Hey, I'm about to sound crazy. I'm about to sound crazy as a Michigan fan, bro. But Caleb Williams convinced me too when it comes to CJ Stroud. All right, they all convince me when it comes to CJ Stroud.
I feel like that looks like Caleb. You sure you ain't Caleb?
Michael. Hey, Hellfire, he's spitting right now. Hellfire, he's spitting right
to
now.
add to that, you know, especially that year specifically, I was so like I was not watching college football whatsoever, and I heard all these things about Stroud, and like one of my homies, actually my roommate at the time, played basketball with Bryce Young, so I was kind of high on Bryce Young from that. But I watched CJ Stroud, I was like, what are these? I didn't understand what people saw because I only saw really one game. But even when I look back at the tape, I thought they dragged it a little bit. But my thing is, dude, when it comes back to what we're talking about with Fitz, I think Geno, I respect Geno, and if they want to keep him like one more year, whatever, because like the thing, if they want to get a young quarterback, I'm leveraging my future for Caleb Williams and Drake May. Like I really don't care at this point because I'm not sold on the next three, dude. And so for me, if they were like thinking about like, you know, keeping him for a year or two and trying to find those talents and then like, you know, having a plan for it, I would consider it. But honestly, bro, if I was Seattle, I think you have a couple picks from the Russell Wilson trade. You know, you have some. Yeah, I don't really know what the direction is for your short-term success.
Let him develop.
I think if you're gonna do that though, then just go all out. I think Jaden Daniels. I don't know if I'd leverage my future for Jaden Daniels, but at the same time, if Jaden Daniels sits from 10 to 15 or even like late top 10, I'll probably take him. So like. Any of those top three, dude.
Wait, hold on,
why not trade up?
I gotta get to the super chats. We got 15 minutes. Hold on, y'all. Let me get to these super chats. We got 15 minutes. Let's get them likes up, y'all. Michael is a 2v1. Prove yourself. Hellfire got a tag team partner. Don't fold Hellfire. Let's get to cooking.
No folding.
The Chiefs defense allowed over 24 points once. Lonnie Williams, dude, that looks like Kid Lonnie with the hoodie. Fred. He's talking about Fred with a hoodie is mine. 03, 05, 13, 15. You dead look like Lonnie little brother though. 03, 05, 13, 15, 16, 21 was top 3 in MVP voting. Also, Joe won 2 titles before Jerry. In my opinion, Brady was top 2, 3 starting in 07.
You want to cut the best though.
War room, closer debate. LeBron versus Jordan or Mahomes versus Brady? Well, LeBron's the GOAT already. So
Jordan's chasing LeBron, so I guess you know what I'm saying.
Wait.
I'm not
so
nasty.
J-Rob.
That is my God.
Wait, J-Rob. Hold up, J-Rob. Before we go to the next super chat, I have a question, J-Rob.
Go ahead.
So you have LeBron over Jordan?
Duh.
Yeah.
I mean, you want me to I can get into it, but it's gonna be a long conversation. I could get into it if you want.
But this is where I gotta get you.
Come get me, bro.
You've been talking about Mahomes over Brady because of the peak and what he's been doing. So why are you using longevity for LeBron in the 20 years?
But how you know? Because it's not just longevity. Hey, let me get it.
Because it can't be the peak because let's be real.
They both
have Pete's game.
Baby, I'm about to be
J-Rob, pass the baton. Pass the baton.
Go ahead, man. Get this boy, man.
Okay. The reason LeBron's the GOAT in my eyes, is for several reasons. One, you talk about peak. 2018, LeBron's the greatest basketball player I've ever seen in my life, bro. He had the most 50-point games in a single postseason, most game winners in a single postseason. He led the worst playoff team of all time. He averaged 35 points per game going into the finals. The next best on the team was 13 points per game, the biggest gap since 1965 on the team. And then he had to go against the greatest semblance of talent in the finals, 2 MVPs in their prime, 4 All-Stars, a Defensive Player of the Year. When we talk about Jordan in the 90s, during his peak, it was a very even era. It was 2 stars versus 2 stars most of the time, so you're going to take the best player. That was Jordan. LeBron was severely outmatched in most of his finals. 2015, he didn't even have his second or third best player. And he still took that team 6 games. Probably would have won that. If they don't even get KD, I think they get a 4-peat. I mean, I could go on all day, bro. I could go on all day about LeBron, bro. Also in the 90s, they had a legal defense. A legal defense benefited Jordan because he's an ISO player. I could do this all day.
I don't have an issue with you, Ben, because Brady's your GOAT. I'm not like. So that's not my issue with you.
But hold on. But the thing is, though, G-Baby, that's the thing, though. I don't really. Your point don't make sense because, bro, Michael Jordan played for 20 years. He played a long time. So did Jordan. And honestly, to me, I'd argue for me that LeBron's peak was longer than Jordan's. To me, so. If we're gonna argue, that's my.
This is why LeBron can't be my argument.
No, but
you think his
does
peak
longer
is
always mean better?
I'm a LeBron guy. Look.
Does longer always mean better though, J-Rod?
I think if you had a longer peak, yeah. I think you had a longer peak.
Yeah,
I'm a LeBron guy.
09 to 2018.
But hold on, y'all. Go ahead.
Hey, the only thing people hold against LeBron are rings. There's really no other argument for Jordan, in my opinion. They just hold the rings.
Hold on, I'm not holding. And G baby, if you're gonna try to do,
hold on. Because Mahomes, hold on. Let me get this guy. Because Brady doesn't just have the rings. He also has the performances. He also has the stats. He also has the disadvantage of weapons. He has every category conceivable to beat Mahomes. LeBron has most categories to beat Jordan except for winning rings. And then if you account the rules of the eras and the competition he had to face in the finals and when he didn't have Kyrie or Love in 2015 and he still had to go against the Warriors. There's a lot of differences and a lot of reasons to pick LeBron over Jordan.
And look, bro, I promise you, bro, I'm probably the biggest Bron fan on this panel, bro. And Bron, like, he's my GOAT, but he can't be the GOAT, bro. And it ain't just because of the rings, bro. Because as a Bron fan, I've been praying for this nigga, bro, to win another ring, bro. And it's never gonna happen, bro. Like, because to even have
I ain't gonna say that.
It's not gonna happen.
The
bro.
Nuggets are here. He's not getting
but it's not the ring thing, bro.
I ain't gonna discount him.
It's not the ring thing. As a Bron fan, he's been probably one of the most frustrating players to watch for the past, like, when's the last time he won a ring, bro? When they won
Hold on, real quick.
He's been probably the most frustrating player to watch, bro. It's when the game's on the line, it's the not shooting. It's when the game's on the line.
Hold on.
Not defending.
Oh, so y'all frustrated about him getting sweat.
Well, hold on. Hold on.
Because I'm a LeBron fan and I love him, bro.
Hold on. But LeBron got more. Hold on. You know LeBron got more game winners in the postseason than both Jordan and Kobe combined.
That's cool and all, bro. But like,
but you say, I mean, come on.
When I be wanting him to win, bro,
dude, you're sad, and now you're arguing.
When I be wanting him to win, bro, when it's time to really win, bro, he just don't have it, bro. Like, it's been like that since before.
What do you mean time to win? Give me some examples. Time to win. Give me some examples.
In the finals, LeBron has no game winners.
First of all, I ain't go. Hold on. Last year, I know you probably don't want to hear this, bro, but the motherfucker he was dealing with a torn tendon in his foot. The fact that he even but it could be something. Hold on, it could be some. You play. If that was Kobe or Jordan, you'd be like, man. Look at this guy playing through a torn tendon on his foot. What a killer mentality he got. But when it's LeBron, it's like he shouldn't even be playing.
Ben, quick question and then I'm done. Quick question and then I'm done.
Ben just puts his point.
As a Ben, quick question and then I'm done. He lost to the Mavericks.
Oh, back to 2011. Let's go back 13 years.
I'm not going back.
Y'all say he got the best peak. Ain't his peak, bro.
Hold on. I hear what you're saying, but let's get back to football. Honestly, there's just one super chat. Now let's talk about this super chat because they actually do something bad. I asked a similar question on Open Gym, so I asked y'all: when evaluating prospects, what traits, skills, technique, measurables, etc. do you watch that can translate to the NFL? For example, what did you see in Tank Dell? For me personally, Tank Dell. Route running. I mean, to be honest, it's like to look at a guy like Tank Dell. Sometimes you got to be a guy as a football player. He can run the entire route tree. Obviously, the question marks to me is when you evaluate a player, you got to evaluate the question marks and see how this player is able to adjust to their question marks. Like Tank Dell, for example, a lot of his question marks are elite size and strength at the size that he is. So to me, it's can he get off press? Yeah. The ability to be able to play the X, Y, and Z receiver at his size is important because he's versatile. But to me, you got to watch film because it's easy to go crazy in shorts and t-shirts and on air. But you got to really see how they playing in the game, like how they looking at the game, what they're seeing, how they reacting to certain coverages, like with quarterbacks, is how they diagnose things, how they get from reads 1, 2, and 3. intangibles. There's a lot of things because ultimately I still think it's still a crapshoot because you could be dead wrong.
Yeah, because
and honestly, bro, and I'm not trying to go back to this, but if you watch CJ Stroud tape, he stay in the pocket and read the field, and he throws dots. Bryce Young dances, gets out the pocket. You know, he throws up a wish pass. It's not the same, man. It's not the same.
I will say though,
Did you not watch that Auburn game? Because he was in the pocket a good amount.
Yeah, he's chatting, but
I'm not comparing.
Being with Tank every day and him being with practice because he was at the damn same fucking school, bro. Like his ability to catch you might think like just because he's a small ass receiver, like his hands for what he has for 5'8", a buck 60, they're elite. And the fact that he was able to play outside at that time, at that frame, because again,
and Triple Crown, by the way.
Yeah, when you look at Tank Dell's
prime example, Devontae Smith.
No, he can literally play everywhere, bro.
Everyone
Tank Dell looks like Tank Dell makes me look like 6'3", dude. It's crazy. And he's out there playing X.
Antonio Brown, but fellas, we got a special treat for y'all though. We got 555. We got 5.
Let's see these.
So it's rank day.
Let's see
these. First thing I want to say is though, because obviously I know how this goes with these rankings. So the top 2 people in these rankings, I need you tomorrow at 2 p.m. on Press Box to battle early and before it was going to be Lonnie. However,
oh god,
after running back the tape, and I blame myself as J. DiBiase for not going back and looking at the footage. I did not look at the open field footage post Super Bowl, and I'm gonna blame myself for that.
Oh no!
So I saw a man, and so the Press Box episode, I seen a man come up there and plead the 5th. He was up there pleading the 5th. There's no way you watch the 4-hour broadcast, 5-hour broadcast twice because you don't have all 22. And I love you to death, Random. But the way you came up there and showed your booty hole to 400 people in the chat was absolutely terrible. Showed your ass. So with that, you are demoted to the bottom. You're under early. You're at 8. That is 8. Last place performance.
Random got bumped.
Random. That was insane work. That was diabolical. That was disgusting behavior.
Even he knew he was gonna get bumped.
And I did not realize. Honestly, I'm mad at myself.
That was the most out-of-pocket thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
I didn't realize how bad that was.
Yeah, that
being said, here are your first installments. Number 1 and number 2. You have a debate tomorrow at 2 p.m. We got the chat vote, and then me and Bam are the last 2 votes. So it's all we got all our objectivity. But with that being said, here are our first rankings of open field. Usman and Hellfire, welcome to the Gulag tomorrow, boys.
Hey, let's do it.
Y'all got work to do. Hell, I need Hellfire. I need pain. Us, I need pain. Now the rest of the 3. Now let me get into the rest of these explanations. Hellfire. Oos, y'all really just been cooking. I'm going to just give it straight up cooking. Hellfire, I had to dock you because of your open field performance last night, too. You was out there showing your ass, but I also gave you a booster because I love the way you held your own, and I'm proud of you. So I'm going to put you at 2. 3, Michael, bro, you been cooking, but I like the way Oos kind of set the tone he came in, and I like the way Hellfire was really getting jumped last night. And thugged it out. So I got to move to 2, but Michael, welcome to the top 3. Keep climbing, bro. If people know your story, Michael, you came a long way. Remember, you was down in the dumps, and now you're at the top 3. I'm proud of you. My guy Trey Neal, they call me young. He's not here right now. He's just here on Thursdays. My boy Trey, he be cooking too. I gotta dock him though, because he's not here every week. 5, my dog Stat, you be cooking some days. Some days is and it's not just me though. I want you to know. When we do these discussions, it's me, Bama, and a group of some of the members. So it's not just based off just me and Bama.
Look, I feel it.
But people like you though. You top 5. Top 5 start. Top 5 start to start is good. Now the other 2, the rest of the way, Dev, Manny. I mean, Dev, you in and out. I can't get down with that. Manny, obviously, your 49ers folded you, brother. That is just really the reality of it. A lot of the things you said just did not come into fruition. and a lot of these things were based. A lot of these things were based off the performances of the Super Bowl. So you had to go out for that. And then the honorable mention, F. Dot and Grant. I mean, Grant, you really haven't been on the show much, so I really can't. It would be unfair for me to put you on any of the rankings, really, because I mean, you're not really here too often. So when you here, you gotta really do your thing. And F. Dot, kind of the same thing. Y'all boys gotta show up. Y'all gotta just show up. But I want to make sure I'm acknowledging the fact that I know y'all here, and I know y'all got like school and stuff. But these boys been here cooking. Stat been here all week. Trey been here at least once a week. Dev been here. Hell, Oos, they be showing up. So I gotta make sure I give those guys priority. But with that being said, fellas, we just hit our mark. Hey, top 2. Anything y'all want to say? Oos, I'm gonna let Hellfire take the floor first. Oos, anything you want to tell the people?
Okay.
Welcome to the top.
Yeah. I've realized that I've got to hold my own a little bit more than what I had been. Shout out to Lonnie for helping me out with that.
Yes, sir, Steve.
So I will try my damnedest to bring as much pain as I can.
Yeah.
To whoever I'm battling it out with.
Just wait till you cook early, man.
You got early. Yeah, you got early. Hellfire. It's you versus early. It's you versus early. And you're going to be good because y'all going to have each time a chance to speak. So you ain't even going to have to get into a shouting match with them. Y'all both going to get a chance. You got a good opponent, though. Early, you got the star power. So you got to also remember, you got to overcome the star power. Be yourself, bro, and do your thing. We are definitely proud of you up here, my brother. And the new number 1, the rookie. Ooh.
Hey, man.
What's good, champ? NXT champ.
Let's go, champ.
I expected to be number 1. Nothing new. That's what I do. All I say earlier, random better be ready to stand on.
Well, you facing random. Number 1 faces number 8. Number 2 faces number 7. So anything you want to say about your matchup with random?
Hey, man, tell random to stand on all 10, bro, because I'm definitely bringing pain once we get in that ring for sure.
Yes, sir. I love it. I love it,
coming
fellas.
for that spot.
I love it. Hey, fellas, good show. We'll see y'all boys Thursday. Hey, y'all boys that are in the open field chat, make sure y'all holler at me about whatever topics y'all want to do prior to these shows, just so y'all know. And also Ben, Stat, Ooze, Fred. If y'all not in an open field chat, I put the link to the Telegram in a private chat. Make sure y'all pull up. Y'all did a great job. Fred as well. We didn't forget about you, Fred. Welcome to the show. Good opening day, little Lonnie. Proud of you, bro. Now let's just see more work, Fred. We gotta see more work, Freddie. We gotta see scary Freddie. We need scary Freddie up here. All right.
It's gonna be tough though. I was just lucky to get on because I'm still a high school student, man.
What? Oh, sorry. You be all right. You all right.
I'm a senior though, so it's like not as much.
Hey, well, because you a senior, man. Hey, don't let them days count up.
Don't let them count like this.
Nah. I've been on all my work, bro. I got everything in.
Hey, I like
you're better.
BSS tonight. Drink more water. Yes, BSS tonight.
Yeah, facts. I'm going live in an hour 30. But hey, like I said, bro, when I was my first appearance on Gridiron, I was a senior in high school. You can do the same.
Facts. Yeah, Fred. Yeah, bro.
He was saying box
yo, Fred. I ain't gonna lie. That was the most disgusting version of him too. That's when he had the little dreads, the little worm. He was nasty. That was nasty, Trent. That was when he first started his hair journey. He was just young. He was young and nasty all the way. Nasty in the face. Everything. Just young and nasty. So, Fred, just keep bringing that juice, bro. Bring that energy.
He probably thought I was like 17 when I first got on.
But anything to say on the way out? Anyone got one last comment that they got to get off? One last thing before.
Yeah. J-Rob, I know you cried watching that national championship game, man. I know you teared up. It is what it is.